Good morning, all. It's Saturday, the 24th March. Well, it seems today we have protests going on all over the country. Something called March for Our Lives. Bunch of pre-programmed, brainwashed kids trying to change our gun policies and everything else. It just amazes me how much this programming has gotten into the kids to where they can't even think for themselves. I mean, you want to change the country, yeah, are there things wrong with it? Yes. But because of a couple jackasses that ain't got a brain in their head, probably were never spanked by their parents or taught right from wrong, you want to take away the rights of millions of law-abiding citizens, or you want to put more government regulations on them. The government regulations work so well, don't they? You got regulations against immigration, and that's out of control. You got regulations against this, that, and the other. It's all out of control. Maybe government needs to get out of the parenting business and allow parents to swat their kids when they have a problem, instead of trying to program the adults into, we need to be their friends. See that a lot out here in California. It's time to get rid of this political correctness crap. The snowflakes need to be melted down and rebuilt. I see people all day long get offended over the simplest things, but these are the same people that say they have the right to be offended, but then you're not allowed to get offended at them. Are there a lot of things wrong? Yes. Are there shootings that happen? Yes. So we're going to take away the rights of law-abiding citizens to own guns and have weapons and all this stuff. That's fine and dandy. I don't see people getting all up in arms and doing these marches against drunk driving. Or how about these idiots that buy these high-powered cars and think they can drive like Mario Andretti on the freeway and kill people. I wish that they would put this much effort into solving our homeless problem and our homeless vets problem, instead of getting all up in arms over a couple incidents that happened, tragic that they were. But I digress. They're talking about a mental competency test for homeowners. They're gun owners. They're also talking about the right that they can come in without a warrant and just take your guns. Well, I don't agree with that. This is still America. It's not Russia. It's not Iraq. It's not Iran, to where you have no rights. And I don't really give a rat's ass if you don't like it. It's time for the politicians to do their job, to quit trying to micromanage every single person in the United States, to allow the cities and states to pretty much regulate themselves and follow the laws that are already on the books, instead of burying us under more laws that they're not going to follow, or they're going to be cherry picking which ones they pick and choose. Anybody that's ever watched any of my videos know I'm a fairly good patriot. There are things wrong with this country, I know this. There are things right with this country. I have been around the world for the most part, and I've seen a hell of a lot worse places to live. I honestly believe they ought to nationalize concealed carry. I honestly believe that every household ought to have a gun in the house. It might just stop some of this damn crime we got going on. Because as a few towns that have made it mandatory have found out, if you make it a law that there's a gun in that house and people are trained to use it, crime rates tend to drop. You know, but that's just this old redneck's opinion. These youngsters are going to make a new world. May they enjoy living in it. I sense a book that most of them have never read coming true. People my age probably will remember George Orwell's 1984. We're already heading down that road. We got cameras everywhere, which is really amazing when you stop and think about it. They used a camera in a FedEx store to find that bomber in Austin, but there's not a single camera in that whole casino hotel in Las Vegas that caught that guy bringing all those guns into that room. Go figure. You know, I don't know what to think of that. Do you? Excuse me. It's just a matter of people need to get their head out of their asses. Get these young snowflakes back on the right education. Instead of finding every buzzword they can find on the internet to get everybody up in arms, and we're going to change this, we're going to change that, we're going to change this. Then when things change and they find out, oh, fuck, what do we do? Oh, we lost this, we lost that. Oh, well, we don't need that. As Thomas Jefferson, I believe it was, it said, you who give up rights for security tend out to find out you have no rights, or something like that. Well, we can just give up this for right now. It's just a temporary thing. When is the last time the government ever said anything was temporary and it ever went away? Look at some of our taxes. Oh, there's just a temporary tax on this gas. It'll go away here soon. 60 years later, you're still paying that tax. You know, go figure. But the problems we need to solve are, you know, pretty major. We got to solve the homeless situation. We got to solve the homeless vet situation. We got to train our children right. I mean, when I was a kid, we had guns in the house, gun cases, all that stuff. We even touched that case, or they thought we touched that case. We got our ass handed to us. You know, you even went near that gun case, you got your ass handed to you. And it wasn't just a slap on the wrist, it was called an ass tanning. You went out to the woodshed and you weren't able to sit down for a day. You know, that shooting in Florida shouldn't have happened. From all the accounts I've read, everybody dropped the ball on it. The school dropped the ball on it. The FBI dropped the ball on it. The police dropped the ball on it. Worst of all, parents, the guardians dropped the ball. So now that school's telling all kids you must have clear backpacks. This way we can see what you're bringing into school. As they're finding out in Europe with no guns, you can kill just that many people with just a car. So what's the next step on down this slippery slope? We're going to ban cars. We're going to ban the rights to go from place to place as we wish. Heard something the other day about they're coming out with a federal ID card for everybody that you must have if you want to leave someplace. Whether you want to get on an airplane, a train, a bus. That's going into effect in 2020, something like that. Yeah. Something like that I heard at DMV the other day. If that starts into effect, then you're going to have it to drive from state to state, probably. So give it some thought, people. Do you really want Big Brother in your back pocket, watching it on every move you make? They're probably already doing that in a lot of senses. But then, as everybody knows, I like looking for conspiracies everywhere I see. There's always an end game. I look for circles within circles within circles. But to any of my followers, the people that watch my videos, I want to wish you all a wonderful day. If you feel like passing it on, pass it on. If you feel like making a comment, make a comment. Got anything you want my opinion on, send me an email at redneckrebel1956@gmail.com. I may include it in. You may not like what I say, but I will say it. For now, have a happy Saturday. I'm out and working on cars. Bye.